Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hey friends, in the previous lecture we have discussed about the physical properties of dioxygen, and now in this topic we are going to talk about the chemical properties of dioxygen. So what are those chemical properties and what are those chemical reactions? Let me talk about that in this topic. So friends, now in this topic we are going to talk about the chemical reactions that could be exhibited by the dioxygen. So starting with the first one, that is reactions with metals. So oxygen is in fact very much reactive with metals depending upon whether it is active metals or whether it is basically a noble metal. For certain cases here we have included few examples so that we could understand that is how the reaction proceeds. So for that we have certain examples, so let us understand these examples. There is the oxygen can be easily reacted with calcium at a particular temperature so as to obtain calcium oxide. So it is also similar, that is we can observe a formation of sodium oxide whenever the sodium is reacted with oxygen so as to form sodium oxide. And talking about the rest of the thing, that is whenever magnesium is reacted with oxygen it forms magnesium oxide, and similarly whenever the aluminium is reacted with oxygen it forms aluminium oxide. So in this case all the metals that has been converted into the oxides, and this is basically known as oxidation reaction that occurs over here. And this is how basically we have understood that is those active metals are very much reactive to the oxygen. So therefore this was the first point related to the reaction of oxygen with metals, and now let us move on to the next point. The next point is a reaction of the oxygen with non-metals. So here are certain examples, so let me introduce this reaction also. So whenever phosphorus is treated with oxygen, that is when P4 is treated with 5 moles of O2, then the oxide that has been formed is P4O10, that is known as phosphorus oxide. So this is what we have got, and here basically the phosphorus will have an oxidation state of +5. So now let me talk about this reaction, that is here basically when two carbon atoms is reacted with limited supply of oxygen it forms carbon monoxide. So this is one of the reactions that is what we are familiar with. And now let me talk about the next reaction. Whenever the carbon, or in the form of coke, whenever it is treated with that is oxygen, and this oxygen is basically is in excess amount, then the product that is been formed is basically carbon dioxide. So talking about the next reaction, whenever the sulfur is reacted with oxygen it forms sulfur dioxide, and obviously this requires a higher temperature because sulfur are not that much reactive with oxygen at a room temperature. So talking about the next one, that is whenever the hydrogen is reacted with oxygen and obviously at high temperature and basically at high pressure, so therefore it forms basically H2O, that is water. So this were all the examples related to the reaction of oxygen with non-metals. And now let's move to the next one. The next is reaction with ammonia. So here basically whenever the ammonia, that is 4 moles of ammonia, is treated with 5 moles of O2, and that also in presence of at a high temperature, that is 1073 Kelvin, and that also in presence of a catalyst, that is platinum. So therefore the following product that is what we could get is basically that is nitric oxide along with that is 6 moles of H2. So therefore this was nothing but the reaction of ammonia with oxygen. And now let us move on to the next one. So the next is reaction of oxygen with HCl. So in this case basically whenever the HCl is reacted with O2, and in this case basically 4 moles of HCl is reacted with O2, that also in presence of a catalyst, that is CuCl2 with a temperature that is 700 Kelvin. So therefore the product that is what we could get that is water along with that of chlorine molecule. So this is the reaction of that is oxygen with HCl. So this is how basically we can easily form H2 along with that of we can easily liberate that is chlorine gas. So now let us move on to the next reaction, and the next reaction is reaction of oxygen with sulfur dioxide. So in this case we see sulfur dioxide, that is 2 moles of SO2 is reacted with O2, and that also in presence of platinum as a catalyst with a temperature of 725 Kelvin. So therefore the product that is what we could get is 2 moles of SO3, that is sulfur dioxide. So this is one of the reaction, and now let me talk about the next reaction. The next is reaction of oxygen with carbon disulfide, that is CS2. So whenever CS2 is reacted with 3 moles of O2, so therefore the following product that is what we could get is we could get CO2 along with that of 2 moles of SO2, that is sulfur dioxide. So for that this requires a particular temperature, and based on that we could get that is carbon dioxide also, and we could get that is sulfur dioxide. So let's move to the next reaction. The next is reaction of oxygen with metal sulfides. So in this case we have certain examples. So in this case basically whenever zinc sulfide is reacted with that is 3 moles of O2, so therefore the product that is what we could get is 2 moles of ZNO along with that of 2 moles of SO2. So whenever it is reacted with, that is MgS, that is magnesium sulfide. So therefore the product that is what we could get is, that is 2 moles of MgO along with that of 2 moles of SO2. So these are the products that is what we could get whenever the oxygen is treated with this metal sulfides. So that's it, and now let's move to the next reaction. So the next reaction is reaction of oxygen with hydrocarbons, and this is a very familiar reaction. That is what we have did in the organic chemistry also. So in this case, basically, whenever there is benzene, that is C6H6 is reacted with oxygen. So therefore the product that is what we could get is, that is 6 moles of carbon dioxide along with that of 3 moles of H2O. So whenever methane is oxidized in presence of, that is O2, so, and obviously at high temperature, so therefore we could get, that is carbon dioxide along with that of 2 moles of H2. And now in this reaction, basically, whenever ethane is treated with, that is 3 moles of O2, then the following reaction takes place where we could get, that is 2 moles of CO2 along with that of 2 moles of H2O. And basically here, we have considered that is ethane, that is C2H6, and whenever it is reacted with oxygen, so therefore the following product that is what we could get is 2 moles of CO2 and that is 3 moles of H2O. So therefore this all reaction that is what we have did is basically known as combustion reaction, and that is how basically we can obtain carbon dioxide along with that of, that is H2O. So therefore this were the few reaction of oxygen with other chemicals. So that's it. So thank you friends for watching this video. I hope you have understood this video very clearly, and I hope I will see you next time. Till then, don't forget to subscribe Ekeeda channel. Thank you so much.